Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I am here with day 26 of Follow a Sketch February, a hop started by Sandy with Scrapping Reflections. And you can find her here on YouTube at State Goddess. And here is our sketch. It is sketch 111 by Susan Stringfellow for Sketch Savvy Blogspot. And I'm going to be documenting this picture of my niece and her high school cheerleading team. And I have pulled some random kinds of things. Originally, I thought I might flip where I was going to put that picture, but I did not do that. So I have these two embellishments I want to use, this Jolie's Boutique that I want to completely use, and anything I can pull off the Stickopotamus sheet, I would love to use. They are probably 15 or plus years old. This piece of scrap, as well as that full 12 by 12 in the back with the words on it, are from Becky Higgins' Project Life papers. And then I have these two papers here that came from a sports color box, very thin paper scrapbook page. And so I'm going to use this word font one from the Project Life as my base page, and then use these other things as my layers. And then bring in anything else I need to bring in to make this layout work. So I have my papers, my embellishments, my pictures, and the sketch. So let's see how this goes. So I cut all my papers down, and I decided to use that pom-pom paper to mat my pictures as well as that background, because they're not going to be touching, or at least not to where you can see them. So I mat the smaller one on the pom-pom yellow paper, trim it up a little bit, and then I do a double mat on black so that it will stand out on the that font paper from Project Life. I found that Project Life kit at Tuesday Morning, probably a year and a half ago. And I love that paper. I've hoarded it because some of it's got like all the font and stuff on it. Plus, I don't have anything to go with it. It's just the pack that had paper in it. So I have been using it kind of sparingly. But I got to get it out of here, guys. I got to use my stuff. So I mat the large picture on the pom-pom paper, but then decide instead of putting it on black, because it's already going to go on that green dark paper, that I want to lighten it up a little bit. So I put it on an off-white mat, and it's a pretty thin mat, maybe 1/8 of an inch. And I am going to put that down because that's going to be mostly on top of that green grass paper. And so I wanted to lighten it, and not bring in that more of the black. So originally I'm thinking I'm going to put my little picture over here because there's a bigger gap right there. There's somebody's head and just some grass. But I decided that it's just going to look more aesthetically pleasing over here like the sketch has it. Now, of course, the sketch has it in a horizontal, not portrait. And so, but that's what I have is a portrait. And I could have probably figured it out. Pardon me, I can't get my words out for some reason. But I think I am really, I know I'm really happy with the way that it ended up. So I am perfectly fine with it being the way it is. I had to find this picture of my niece. I had the one of the cheerleading team, but not of her specifically. And I really wanted to have one with her as well, because you can't even tell which one she is on the other group. So, because they've all got their backs to you. And it's not like the most clear picture. So, and even the one of her isn't very clear. It was a picture that I got sent to me from my sister, who I think got it from her husband, who took the picture and then zoomed in later. So it's a little bit grainy, but honestly, it just has all of her personality in it. So it's fine. So I have matted everything down. Everything has been attached, but I have not attached, I don't think I've attached that cheerleading outfit yet, or maybe I have by now. Everything else is matted down, and where I put that little yellow and black fishtailed banner, there's like a little looks like the end of a tag or something up there. And so I decided that I would just make it a banner. And originally I did it in black, but then realized I was putting those pom-poms there, and so I needed it to be lightened up. So I used a little piece of the scrap of that cheerleading pom-pom paper and just put an inside part to that fishtail. So then I'm just going to take all the other Jolie's by You embellishments and put them around. I do want to put the shoes down here underneath the dress, but there's like little sock booties I'm going to put up there. And of course, pom-poms. And then there is the bullhorn or whatever you call it, and the little pennant, which I've already put down over there next to the smaller picture, says Go Teen. And there's stars on here, so I've got all those. And then I pulled all the stars off of the Stickopotamus collection because I'm going to use all of those. There really isn't a whole lot on there that I wanted to use because it's all reds and orange purples. And those colors really didn't go. Whatever was yellow was mixed with purple. And I just didn't want to bring too much of that in. Now, I do bring in a little bullhorn and I tuck it underneath that Go Team pennant, but you can't really tell very much that it's purple. It's such a small amount. I'm not worried about that. And then there's that circular bit over there in the bottom left of the picture, the big picture. And since I didn't have anything cut out and did not feel like turning on my Cricut, just for that, I got out one of my doilies and I inked it up in Rustic Wilderness, because other than the cheerleading outfit and booties, I don't have any white on here, and I didn't really want to put white in that corner because it would not have looked right. So I ink up this green and I put that down, and I like the way that that looks. It gives me that same feature. I don't have all that floral there because I'm using the cheerleading stuff. But when I get done and turn it around, there's that gap between the doily and the cheerleading outfit. And I don't like that. Like, it doesn't look right because that's where the big flower is on this layout. So I'm going to end up getting a scrap of black paper and just taking my I think it's the 1.5 inch circle punch from, or 1.25 inch circle punch from Creative Memories, and punching a circle and tucking it in there, so it just it deletes that gap right there. So, and I like that much better because it looks very unintentional, that gap, like I forgot something or something like that. So I'm glad that I fixed that. But first I pull out my thickers, and I looked through all the black because I wanted to use black, and this is Skylar is the name of this thickers collection, and it is foam. And I originally just picked out the word Hooray because obviously I feel like that's pretty good title for a cheerleading layout. But then I thought Hooray Girl sounded even better because it could be like Hooray Girl, like comma, girl, like yay, cheering for her. But also she is the Hooray Girl because she's a cheerleader. So I get those down there, and of course I use my Nouveau Deluxe adhesive to get those attached. And yes, I know I'm a big dork. If you're sitting there rolling your eyes at my dorkiness, I fully feel that, and it's fine. I embrace my goofy, silly behavior and just run with it because that's just the way it is. I have been childlike my whole life. So it's fine. So back to the layout. I put the little booties up there, like I said, just to add them on to the layout and to give a little bit of something over in that corner. Here I am pulling the scrap out and my circle punch from Creative Memories and punching out just a piece of just a black circle because obviously that color is going to work, and it gives something there. So I just tuck that in so that you can still see that little triangular paper underneath it a little bit, because I didn't want to completely cover that up either. And then I'm really happy. I didn't even consider mixed media or tapping out anything on here because I think with all those words in the background that I am really happy with it. So here come the close-ups, and I am really excited about the way this layout ended up. I was a little concerned in the beginning because I was using some random stuff and combining things all on my own. And I don't normally scrapbook with some of these items, so I am thrilled with how it turned out. I hope you all will be go and check out all of the Follow a Sketch February. You can do that on Facebook. You can also look through the hashtag Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And I hope you all come back really soon. Have a great day and happy scrapping.